Getting very, very spicy over the Vanarama National League as Deadpool FC move up to the top two. Of course, what we're looking at, 8 points behind Stockport, and they've got to play them still in the league. What's going to happen this coming weekend? We'll take a little look next. For the match number 40, I believe, over in the Vanarama National League, and we'll get to that in just one second. If you know where you're in, smash your subscribe and bang up today. All things National League related, Rovers related, world football related. We got it all here, boys. Under one rooski, of course, it is Easter weekend. Build up starts now, of course, with Vanarama National League meeting on Friday, and of course, probably going to be meeting on Monday as well. So a very, very important part of the season where games are coming thick and fast. And we'll take a look at it, all of it in a minute. Of course, big shout out to our VIPs, they're patrons, boys. Thank you very much, of course, behind the scenes. You know who you are. But let's get into it. Of course, take a look at how we all got on last time around. And of course, have a look at how impressive Wrexham are being right now, with not only scoring a lot of goals, but of course, fine margins as well. We'll take a look at it coming at you right here, right now. So here are the results, of course, on the weekend, and a bit of a Brucey bonus, of course, as we look back to Wealdstone up against Maidenhead. That's right. Of course, that ended up as a 0-0 draw on the end. I went with a 1-0 win for Maidenhead, so I was wrong on that one. Lynn picked up a monster win over Bromley. Dagenham and Redbridge, of course, 0-0 draw against Boreham, Bloody Wood. Halifax Town against Solihull was also a 0-0 draw. Wrexham with a 6-0 demolition of Barnet. Of course, Aldershot with a 2-1 win over Boreham Wood. Goodness gracious me, not the greatest week for Boreham Wood there, is it? Bromley did lose at home to Dagenham and Redbridge. Of course, Dover picked up a loss against Maidenhead as well. Solihull was back to winning ways there with a 2-0 win over Barnet. Weymouth picked up a draw against Grimsby. Halifax Town picked up the W against Woking and got the one bang on the nose. Meanwhile, Lynn and Yeovil did out to a 2-2 draw. Torquay smashed Notts County 5-1 in the end. Wealdstone did lose at home to Chesterfield. Of course, Wrexham 3-2 win, and of course, narrow win in the end over Eastleigh and Stockport County. 5-0 demolition of Southend United. It looks like Southend United are going nowhere, and it looks like Stockport are the team to catch. Of course, take a look at the table. It looks like just like this. Of course, as you can see, Stockport County with that 8-point lead at the moment, but of course, they do have to place Wrexham still, and if that goes in the favour of Deadpool FC, it would go down to 5 points with games running out. Of course, both of those two sides do have games in hand on the teams below them as we look forward to the weekend's action. Let's take a look at the leaderboard then, shall we? Of course, just these happy old predictors, of course, getting involved with Eman FC running away with 10 points there, kicking out to next Winky in second spot there with 9, and James Mississippi and Deep at the Great with 8. Well done to you guys. What about the mini leaderboard? This is, of course, for the back end of the season, and Deep at the Great has got 99 points, just one shy of triple digits. I'm sure he'll break that this coming week. Don't you think? I think so too. Yes, that's right. Let's get into it. Of course, this is the next round of matches. Of course, before all that, this is the link to get involved. It is free to enter. Get it amongst it, and of course, we'll hopefully see you next weekend, of course, with your name in lights. So these are the games, and of course, we're going to jump at the deep end with, of course, a bit of a zinger. It is Deadpool FC up against, of course, where are you? There you are, of course, Solihull Moors. Now, this was originally scheduled to take place way back when, on match number 21. So let's jump in the deep end. Of course, they've already played the reverse fixture. We'll get to that in a minute. But they have played each other 13 times in 2012. 7 wins for Wrexham, 4 for Solihull Moors, and 2 draws, of course. However, both sides coming into this on 92% for winning 5 of the last 6. Same can be said for Solihull Moors as well. Last time I played each other, of course, at Solihull was a 2-2 draw. That was back in August 2021. The last time I played each other in Wales, though, was back in May 2021. It was a 2-1 win for Wrexham as well. In fact, the away side hasn't won this game since Wrexham beat Solihull Moors back in 2017. Meanwhile, Wrexham picked up a 3-2 win over Eastleigh. Of course, Solihull Moors with a 2-0 win over Barnet. Back-to-back clean sheets for them heading into this one. Of course, I've got basic odds on this one, and of course, Solihull Moors are flying high, up to 4th right now. They're actually competing to get into the top 2 themselves. But of course, Wrexham are your favourite on this one. Of course, massively fancied with Solihull Moors, your underdogs. I'm backing, of course, Wrexham to take the win on this one. 1-0 win for them to keep the heat at the top of the table. Kicking off forward, it will be Altrincham locking horns up against, of course, Halifax Town over in Altrincham. Let's jump at the deep end as well. Played each other on the 15th of April, of course. Played each other 20 times in 2005. 5 was Altrincham, 9 was Halifax Town, and 6 draws as well. Altrincham, though, just one defeat by 6, 75% form up against Halifax Town side. Unbeaten in the last 3, 58% form for them heading into this game. Last time around, though, in Altrincham, it was a 1-0 win for Halifax back in, of course, April 2021. The reverse fixture in Halifax was a 2-0 win for Halifax back in August. Of course, Halifax Town pick up a 2-1 win over Woking. Of course, Altrincham with a back-to-back 1-0 wins, of course, over Chesterfield and Aldershot, and actually coming into this, though, underdogs with Halifax Town favoured, of course, sitting in 3rd spot in the table. table. Of course, going to go with them as well. With a draw, though. 2-2 in the end. Bit of a surprise for me on that one. I thought I would have went with Halifax down, but of course, Altrincham hitting peak form at the right time. Next, of course, we have Boreham Bloodywood up against Dover Athletic. Of course, they've fallen off the face of the earth, haven't they? Boreham Wood. There they are up against Dover Athletic, but this surely must be a home win. Now, they played each other 20 times in 2010. 10 wins of Boreham Wood, 5 wins of Dover, and 5 draws, of course. Boreham Wood, though, haven't won in the last 9 games, of course. 17% form up against the Dover side, who haven't won in the last 11 games, of course. 8% form for them heading into this one. Last time they played each other at Boreham Wood was a 3-1 win for Boreham Wood back in September 2019. Of course, Dover did play each other in the reverse section in Dover. It was a 1-0 win for Boreham Wood back in August. Of course, Dover with a 1-0 loss against Maidenhead. Of course, Boreham Wood with a 2-1 loss against Aldershot last time around. And my oh my, has Boreham Wood falling off the face of the earth, basically. Of course, going down to 9th right now, but a win hopefully can get them back into playoff contention as well. They are favoured to win this game, even though they've gone on a right old run for the past few games. 2-1 win in the end for Boreham Wood. Maybe they could save their playoff hopes after their impressive FA Cup run this campaign. Dagenham and Redbridge up against Barnet, of course. Take a look at this one on the 15th of April as well. Played each other 26 times 2002. 11 wins for Dagenham, 9 wins for Barnet, and 6 draws, of course. Just 1 defeat past 4 games for Dagenham, 58% form over the last 6. Up against Barnet side, of course, just 1 win in the last 5 games, 42% form for them heading into this one. Last time around over in Dagenham, it was a 2-1 win for Barnet back in October 2020. Of course, the reverse fixture in Barnet was a 2-0 for Dagenham back in August. The home side has only won once in the last 6, of course, and that was when Barnet beat Dagenham in Barnet back in August 2018. Of course, Dagenham, though, big up a 2-0 win over Bromley, back-to-back clean sheets for them. Up against the Barnet side, of course, did lose to Solihull last time around. The hosts are favoured on this one, of course, trying to get themselves back into the playoff hunt, of course, after an amazing start to the season, which, of course, saw them top the pops for a good 7 or 8 weeks, I think. But for me, going to pack Dagenham out and here, just a 1-0 win to get over the line to take the 3 points. Next, of course, I have Eastleigh against Bromley over in Eastleigh. Now, these two sides, of course, played each other 28 times in 2007, 16 wins for Eastleigh, 7 wins for Bromley, and 5 draws. Just 1 win in the last 6 for Eastleigh right now, 17% form. Up against the Bromley side, of course, just 1 win in 6, also 33% form over the last 6 as well. Last round, though, at Eastleigh, it was a 2-1 win for Bromley. They're back in March 2021. The reverse victory was a 3-0 for Bromley back in August. Bromley picked up a 2-0 loss against Dagenham. That's been back-to-back games now without a goal. Up against the Eastleigh side, of course, lost to Wrexham 3-2 over in Wales, of course. The odds on this one go in favour of Bromley on the road here, but I think it's quite tight. Going with a draw myself. 1-1 right down the middle. Point split. Everyone will take away a point. Next, of course, Woking up against Torquay. That's right, over in Woking again on their 15th of April. Played each other 23 times 2007. 9 wins for Woking, 8 wins for Torquay, and 6 draws, of course. Just 2 defeats past 6 games for Woking right now. 67% form up against the Torquay side. Just 1 defeat at the past 6 of them. 75% form heading into this game. Of course, last time around, though, in, of course, Woking, it was a 2-0 win for Torquay. That was back in April 2021. The reverse fixture in Torquay was a 4-0 win for Woking back in August. Of course, Woking with a 2-1 loss against Halifax Town. Torquay with, of course, scoring free scoring over the last 3 games, picking up, 7, 10, 12 goals in the last 3 games. That's averaging 3 goals a game. And just 1 goal conceded over the last 3 games. Of course, 5-1 win of Notts County, their last match. Of course, the odds on this one, though, Torquay are your favoured. They're clicking into gear at just about the right time. Of course, coming into this game, though, outside the players, but a win could actually move them a little bit closer. I'm going with the 2-0 win for them on the road to take it to the house. Grimsby up against Stockport County, a bit of a zinger as well over in Grimsby. Now, these two sides, of course, played each other according to my house 23 times in 1998. 5 wins for Grimsby, 11 wins for Stockport. 7 draws, of course. Just 1 defeat past 6 games for Grimsby. 67% form up against the Stockport county side. Just 1 defeat past 6. 83% form over, of course, the last 6 games. That's the round in Grimsby. It was a 2-1 win for Stockport back in August 2012. The reverse fixture in Stockport this campaign was a 0-0 draw back in August. They also played each other in the FA Trophy. That was back in December. It was a 4-0 win for Stockport this year as well. Grimsby, of course, a 0-0 draw against Weymouth. Last round was Stockport with a 5-0 win over Southend United, of course. Back-to-back clean sheets for them. In fact, 1, 2, 3 clean sheets on the spin in the league. Of course, they did lose to Wrexham in the FA Trophy, and amongst all this, they're expected to win this one as well with a 3-2 win for me, but the odds, of course, with the bookies back in Stockport County on the road as well. Tight game, though, for me to take it to that. What have I done here? Oh, there we go. Next, of course, we have Maidenhead. There we up against Weymouth, of course, coming at you this weekend, Easter Friday. Now, these two sides played 8 times 2005, 1 win for Maidenhead, 5 for Weymouth, and 2 draws, of course. Just 1 win in, we're looking at 2 defeats the past 5 games for Maidenhead, 42% form up against the Weymouth side. Of course, haven't won in the last 8 games. Last round in Maidenhead, it was a 1-0 win for Weymouth. That was back in, of course, April 2021. The reverse fixture in Weymouth was a 3-1 win for Weymouth as well. So 1, 2, 3, 4 wins on the spin for Weymouth over Maidenhead heading into this game. Can they make it a 5, Pete? Of course, we'll see about that. Of course, coming into this though, Weymouth with a 0-0 draw against Grimsby, but haven't scored in 1, 2, 3 games. Goodness gracious me. Meanwhile, Maidenhead coming to this on the back of a 1-win over Dover, and they're coming to this on back-to-back clean sheets as well. The odds go in favour of Maidenhead. They are favoured on this one. Going to go with the draw myself. 1-1 right down the middle, point split. And of course, both sides, or at least who is going down here? It looks like Weymouth are going down at the moment, with of course Maidenhead not having the greatest season either. Kicking off forward, we do have Notts County up against Kings Lynn. Of course, Notts County looks like they're going to be staying in another division in the National League. Played each other 3 times in 2021. 2 was Notts County, nothing for Kings Lynn, and 1 draw. Just 1 win. So 1 defeat past 5 for Notts County, 58% form up against the Kings Lynn side. Just 1 defeat past 6, 67% form for them at the moment. Of course, last time around in Notts County was a 2-2 draw back in March 2021. The reverse fixture in Kings Lynn was a 4-2 win for Notts County back in January. Of course, Kings Lynn pick up a 2-2 draw against Yeovil. Notts County with a 5-1 demolition by Torquay last round. The odds though go in favour of Notts County on this one. They are actually in the playoffs, so take from that for what you will. But have they got the what's in the tank to get over the line? Going to go with a 2-0 for Notts County, of course. I thought they were doomed, but of course they look on track for another playoff run, but maybe it might be a little bit too far for them to get over the line this time around. Enter Southend United up against Wealdstone, of course, down at Roots-Hall. Of course, Southend will be spending another season in this division, of course, after a bit of a damp squib to the back end of the campaign. Now, they played each other just the one time. Of course, it was a reverse fixture. Of course, we'll take a look at that in a minute. Of course, Southend with the 1 win out of the last 6, 17% form. Up against the Wealdstone side, also 1 win in the last 6, 33% form. Of course, pick up a couple of draws along the way. The reverse fixture in Wealdstone was a 0-0 draw. That's back in August. Of course, Wealdstone did lose to Chesterfield last time around. Of course, Southend have gone 1, 2, 3 games without a goal, of course, conceding 10 goals along the process. But they are favoured to win this game, of course, by the bookies, of course, as they expect them to get the W. Of course, Southend coming to this in 13th, of course. Wealdstone are down into 18th. Go back to Southend on this one, even though they have been shit. Gone with a 2-1 win for them to take it to the house. And then wrap it up. It'll be Yeovil up against Aldershot, of course, down at Yeovil. Now these two sides played each other 5 times, 2019, 3 for Yeovil, 1 for Aldershot, and 1 draw, of course. Yeovil, though, unbeaten in the last 5, picking up, of course, 3 wins and 2 draws, 67% form for them. Up against the Aldershot side, just 1 win in the last 6, 17% form for them heading into this one. Of course, last time around in Yeovil, it was a 3-0 win for Yeovil back in December 2020. The reverse fixture in Aldershot was a 2-1 win for Aldershot back in August. Aldershot with a 2-1 win over Boreham. Last time around, of course, back-to-back 2-2 draws for Yeovil heading into this one. Yeovil are favoured on this one to win this game. Of course, they're coming to sit in 12th up against Aldershot, who are 20th, just above the drop zone for, of course, the season. And back Yeovil here with a 1-0 win for them. Of course, maybe making a late push for, of course, playoffs. But we'll see about that. That is it, guys. Make sure you smash your thumbs up, smash your subscribe, get involved with the predictions right here. Cutley/non-league. It does wonders for the old algorithm. If you do hit the old thumbs up, it does wonders for the old algorithm. If you drop a little comment, just say, "How you doing, brother?" Or say something like that. "I just had a steak for tea," or whatever you said. Or "I like my pot noodles," whatever it is. Put it in the comment section just to give a big old boost, of course, for the content. Anyway, that is it. Smash your thumbs up, smash your subscribe. See you soon, of course. Probably back on Saturday or Sunday for the Easter Monday games, as of course the games are coming thick and fast. But that is it. Until then, smash up. See you later. Until then, be safe.